everybody. Hi everybody, we are now live. This is our Build the Change Tuesday live lesson with Lego. We could not be more excited. Everyone at Grasmere Primary School, are you excited? Yeah. This is your Build the Change Tuesday live lesson with the Day and the Lego group. We are really excited to be partnering with the Lego group today for this lesson. There's going to be loads of fun, loads of interactivity. We've had over 200 teachers register, so there could well be 6,000 of you joining us today and viewing from your classes all over the UK and the world. We would love for you guys to use the chat wherever you can, whether you're on your own devices or whether you're a teacher joining in on behalf of your class. We'd love you to use the chat to say hello. So how about we kick off? Just let us know where you're from in the world. We'd love to know what country you're from, what city you're from, where are you dialing in from today. Do use the chat. We would love to say hello. Hello to Fox Class at Pinewood. Hello Gedling in Nottinghamshire. Hello Wyre Forest School, Morehouse School, Ealing in London, Falmouth, all over the UK, Kent, Midlands, Bolton. Wow, brilliant. Leicester, Wakefield. Hi everybody, so great for you to be joining us. Hi from Rotherham and Liverpool, Coventry. Fantastic. You can also use the hashtag today, Lego Build the Change, to chat, and also the Day's Twitter at the Day tweets as well. We are going to make it interactive, so as well as using the chat, you're welcome to use the Q&A function where you can message our hosts and panelists if you've got a specific question that you want answered, you don't want it to get lost in the chat. Feel free to message us via the Q&A as well. Really quick note for your teachers before we get started: if you're not familiar with the Day, we're an online subscription-based news publication for schools. We focus on the big issues beneath the headlines, and today we're going to be bringing to life our Build the Change Tuesday resource, which is from our News Detectives collection, where every week we look at a sustainability news story. We set up a classroom debate, we have puzzles, and we have a creative challenge at the end to help pupils build the change for the future. If you're not a member of the Day, you can still get these resources for free every Tuesday at www.theday.co.uk/build-the-change, and you will also be able to find out information on there right now, I believe, about our exciting competition, which we're going to talk a little bit more about later. But we're going to be asking you to come up with some great habitat-based designs where you could win your ideas put in front of decision makers. You could win £2,000 for your school to spend on a sustainability project, and you could also get yourself a giant Lego set. So there's going to be more information on that a bit later. So without further ado, I'm going to hand over to our hosts for your live lesson. We've got David Palish from the Lego Group Sustainability Team and Jess Moher from Grasmere Primary School in London. So let the fun begin. Over to you guys.
Hi everyone. So our lesson today is going to be about habitats, following on from World Habitat Day, which was recently. We're going to be exploring habitats and also learning how to protect them. So this lesson today is going to be plenty of opportunity for you to debate and discuss, and we're also going to be visiting an exciting real life habitat. Over to you, David.
Thanks, Jess. Hello, everyone. Can you see me? Good to see you. I hope you're all well out there in the internet sphere. I am feeling very well. I'm very excited to be on this session with all of you. Today, we're going to be, as Jess said, looking at habitats, and we're going to be looking at how humans, yes, us, how we can impact habitats both negatively and positively. We're going to get creative, of course. The Lego Group and Day are together. We're both creative organizations, and we're going to get you being creative, because I know children, you're the most creative, right? I think you're all nodding out there. Yeah, we're super creative. You got amazing brains, and we can't wait to hear what you come up with. So you're actually going to be looking at designing habitats later and addressing sustainability issues. Wow, sounds fun. But before we do that, let's do a little warm up. Now, Claire behind the scenes has this image. Thank you, Claire. I can see that nice and clear. You can see some Duplo bricks on the screen, I hope. Jess, can you see those? Just give me a nod. Yeah, it's got a thumbs up. I love it. I can see the class, Jimmy Cliff class in London, putting their thumbs up. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Now, on the screen, you have 6 different colored Duplo bricks, and you might notice that other than the colors being different, they're also, some are facing down or facing away, and some are facing forward, facing us. And we're going to use this to make some music. All right. How are we going to make music? Well, this is a sequence. It's just like coding. It's just like when people do computer coding, they create sequences. This is a sequence. It's going to tell us what to do. So here's the instruction. And I want all of the classes online to do this. And I think if we all do it together, there might be, one of those earthquake detectors might pick up our awesome music. Because it's going to be happening all over the UK. So when it's facing down, we want you to clap. Can everyone give a clap? Yep, good. Very good job. Now, if it's facing forwards or up, we want you to give a stomp. Can you give a stomp? That's it. I love it. Even if you're sitting down on the floor, stomps are easy, right? So now this is what we're going to do. We're going to start on the left, on the red one. I'm going to count you in 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we begin. We're going to clap first, stomp, stomp, clap, clap, and then stomp and finish. All right? You think you can do that? I know you can. I know you can. I love doing this with my fingers on the camera. It's very impactful. Now, here we go. I'm going to count you in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Clap, stomp, stomp, clap, clap, stomp. Amazing! I could hear you all from where I am. I'll tell you more about that in a second, where I am. I think we can do it even faster. Are you ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good job. A few people finishing at little different times there. I think we can take it to the next level. Now, this is what we're going to do. Listen carefully. You're going to go from left to right, end on the orange, and then you're going to go backwards, back to the red. All right? We're going to do this a bit slower so you can do it. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Clap, stomp, stomp, clap, clap, stomp, stomp, clap, clap, stomp, stomp, clap. Good. Well done, guys. Well done. Well done. Now that is a really fun activity that you can do with any, if you have 6 different colored Duplo bricks or Lego bricks out there, or any different color things, you can make your own sequences and songs. Now, I think we need a couple Lego quiz questions, because I can tell just picking up vibes that there's a lot of Lego knowledge out there. So we're going to put some questions up now. We would love you to answer them in the chat. All right. So the first one is this. How many different ways can 6 Lego bricks, 2x4 bricks, be combined? Is it 3.4 million, 128 million, or 915 million? All right, I think a poll has come up and you can answer that directly on the screen rather than the chat. So answer that on the screen and let's see what we get. I'm going to answer this too. I know the answer, so I'm kind of cheating, but it's all good. We've got a few. Heartburn's put some answers in there. And we've got another one, Sarah Weeks. All right, answer those questions. And then maybe we can see, I've got another one from Olivia Turner. Oh, I've got the answers, folks. I've got the answers. Now, a lot of you, 38% answered 915 million. 38% of you, very nice, answered 128 million, and 24% answered 3.4 million. Now, guess what the answer is? Drum roll, please. It is 915 million different ways. How crazy is that? Is your mind blown like mine? Every time I hear that fact, it's just amazing, amazing. So 915 million different ways. And today we're going to work out each and every single one of them. That's the actual workshop. I'm joking. It's not. So 915 million ways. Work it out for your homework. I'm sure your teachers will be very happy. Next question. Next question is this. Okay, Claire's bringing that up. If we get the next one, there we are. Thank you, Claire. How many tires do the Lego group make each year? How many tires do the Lego group make each year? Answer the poll question on the screen, somewhere here, somewhere there. It might be top left, top right, bottom left. And we're getting some answers coming through. How many tires? So think about the tires. Lego tires are very small. Some are a bit bigger. We've got an answer, some answers coming in on the chat. We've got Lidbury saying 695 million. We've got some 153s. We've got some 695s. Very good. Well, the answer is this. Here we go. You did very well. You did very well. A majority of you got the right answer. Now, the right answer is, I'm not going to tell you yet. In order, here we go. So 21% of you answered 75 million. That is incorrect. Sorry about that. 37% of you answered 153 million. That's also incorrect. Sorry. But 42% of you answered 695 million. That's how many tires we make. So we are actually the biggest tire manufacturer company in the world. Don't tell any of the car companies that, all right? Good. Now, final Lego quiz question. Are you ready? Now, this one's a bit more grounded. When was the Lego group founded? When was it started? Which year did it begin? Was it 1927, 1932, or 1941? Which one of those was it? Okay, so your poll question should be on your screen. You can answer that there or in the chat if that's more convenient. 1927, 1932, 1941. We've got a few different answers coming in. Very good, very good. And I will tell you that a big chunk of you got the correct answer. The correct answer is 1932. Well done. Well done. If you didn't get the answer right, don't worry. Head online. There's a really nice animated video, I think, on YouTube. You can get all your Lego history facts from that. It's a really nice one. Now, I think it's time to tell you a bit more about what we're doing today. Now, as I mentioned earlier, the Lego group and the day are working together to do some really cool stuff for you guys out there. And today we're going to be doing some more of that. We're going to be doing some really cool challenges, and we're going to be leaving you with a challenge actually to get on with in your own good time. But if you have Lego bricks, great. If you don't have Lego bricks, also great, because we want you to use any materials possible, any creative materials lying around. It could be glue, string, cardboard, mud, maybe not mud, maybe rock. You could chisel some rock and make a sculpture. I'm joking. You know all the craft materials you know and love, so you can use a lot of those. And you're going to be building your own habitats and thinking about some sustainability solutions. So we'll get more onto that later. But for now, I'm going to head back to Jess in Studio One. Jess, are you there?
Thank you, David. Right, we've got another question for the chat, which is, what is your favorite part about where you live? So this should be quite an interesting one, because I know we're all from different places in the UK. So teachers, have a chat with your class and feedback in the chat. What is your favorite thing about where you live?
Great question. Favorite thing about where you live. Think carefully about that. Think carefully. I'm going to do a thinking face, so you think I'm thinking. I'm getting some cool ones in here, Jess. Can you see those? The chippy. I love it. Peppa Pig world. Woo! All rights included. Wow, different weather. Somewhere with different weather. Can you feel those, Jess?
We've got someone from Grasmere. This is Henry Hartnett, age 8 years old. Would like to feedback something. Your favorite thing about where you live?
It's because we've got a great loving community and we've got a little estate near where I live and there's loads of people there.
Football.
And there's also a football pitch across the road from my house.
Excellent answer. Thanks, Henry. You can go and sit down.
Amazing. So many answers coming in, Jess. So many answers.
Oh, I'm a bit jealous of anyone who lives near the beach.
I know, me too. The park. Yeah.
We've got
Nature.
a great park near us called what?
Clissold
Clissold Park.
I know Clissold Park. It's really nice. We got shops, beautiful woods, bluebells. Wow, massive tidal movement and blue carbon ecosystems. Oh, wow. I love the thinking there. There are so many here, aren't there, Jess? Isn't it cool?
It's very exciting. Oh, the Roman baths.
Wow, Roman bath too.
Okay, so we'll move on. We'll move on. So it's not just people or humans that need homes, it's also animals. And we call an animal home a habitat, which is what we're going to be learning about today. Habitats are a little bit like homes for animals, and it's so important to protect them. So David, over to you.
Thanks, Jess. Now, I have a question. I have a question for all of you out there. Are you ready? Here it is. Put it in the chat. We want to hear what your favorite wild animal is, okay? So put your answers there. Get your teachers to help do that, like you have been. Sloth is the first one in. I love it. Cheetah. Look at these. Scottish wildcat. I love those too. Tigers, lions, red panda, leopard, eagle, monkey, fox, wolf, squirrel, tigers. If we combined all of these, it would be the ultimate animal. Penguin, tamarin monkeys, reptiles, red kite, monkey. I'm trying to read all of them. Pelican. Oh, pelican. Nice. Parrot. Red panda, cow. Jaguar. Oh my goodness. Wild dogs. Oh man, I saw wild dogs recently. I was in Botswana photographing them. It was amazing. Fox, tiger snakes, lions. Lots of lions. Well, you're in for a treat later. Moose. My goodness. Snowy owl, another one of my favorites. Capybara. Black panther, snow leopards. Axolotl. I love those too. Hyena. I could just sit here all day reading these. I'm getting great endorphins reading animal names. I love it. Jess, what about you? What do you think about all of these?
Love them. I love them. We've got Hiri here who wants to share her favorite animal.
Grey wolf.
A grey wolf. Why is it your favorite? Why is it your favorite animal, Hiri?
Because when they're babies, they look really cute.
Oh, when they're babies, they look cute. That's a good answer. We actually have a lot of children who know many facts about animals. Let's have Huey come and tell us a fact. Yeah, come to the front. Go for it.
Oh, now?
Now, yeah.
Now? Me?
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't want to do it. That's fine. David, if you had to choose, what would you say is your favorite animal?
Wow. If I had to choose, that is a tough one.
Isn't it?
It is hard. I think for me, it would be an adder. I really love adders. I love birds are one of my favorite things, but reptiles, snakes, lizards, I love them. And adders, I have them living around where I live in the UK, and I go and do surveys on them. And I just love the habitat they live in. They love, kind of sunny woodlands plus heathland. And heathland is one of the most biodiverse, rich habitats we have in the UK. And seeing adders there basking in the sun is An absolute pleasure. But two others very quickly. Great crested newts. I love them because they've been in big trouble in the past and we've pulled them back from the brink of extinction. And now people have them in their ponds all over the country. Great crested newts. If you've seen one, you're very lucky. They're beautiful. And badgers. I love badgers, Jess. Badgers rock. I have a badger that visits my garden every night and just sits outside our window and eats stuff. And I love it. I absolutely love them.
What does the badger eat?
The badger eats a mix of stuff. So it likes mealworms, it likes peanuts, it likes kind of hamster type food almost. Raisins as well. It eats a mix of things. I love it.
Brilliant. Does anyone else in the class like badgers? We've got some badger fans here as well. Okay, so I think we're about to watch a video now about some birds, aren't we?
Well, actually, I'm just gonna, it's a slide, and Claire maybe can bring that up because I'm not actually in the UK at the moment.
Yeah.
I am in a place called Gibraltar. There I am. That was yesterday. These are all pictures from yesterday. So I work at the Lego Group. I work in sustainability and doing things like this and creating programs. But outside of work, I am a conservationist and I love gathering research on birds. Now, birds, as you know, a lot of them migrate. So I'm in Gibraltar right now because a lot of birds from all over Europe are flying through Gibraltar. And we put Gibraltar's a big rock in the south of Spain, right on the tip. It's a British area, British territory. And we have big nets put up on the mountainside, and they don't hurt the birds. They're very fine nets, but the birds fly into them and drop, and then we go round and we check. And you can see a picture of me there holding one I've just taken out of the net. That's a wryneck, a very special bird, type of woodpecker. We've got red start there, a Sardinian warbler in the middle, and then you can see us measuring the birds in the images there. You can see one of the nets actually in the picture at the top in the middle. You can see all of those. And it is a wonderful thing to do. I absolutely love it. And all of the data that we gather goes to scientists who then talk about climate change and talk about habitats and how habitats are changing and the impact of numbers. And it's really exciting stuff. Anyway, good. From one conservation kind of story to another, we have a very special guest now coming up. He is called Ed, and he's a legend, and he is based at Chester Zoo. Now, Chester Zoo is a lovely zoo, and I think we're going to go straight to Ed now. Is that right there? Ed, can you hear us?
Hello, I can hear you. Can you see me?
I can't see you yet, but I'm sure that's going to change in a second. Let's see. I can almost see you. I can see you, but you're not spotlighted on the screen.
We can't see your face. Oh, now we can.
Great. Is Ed showing on the big screen?
No, he's not.
Okay, we need Ed spotlighted, I think. Oh, thank you. Everyone's answering. I love it. Thanks, Alex, Dawn, and Olivia. Very quick to answer there. We're going to get Ed on the big screen and then we'll begin, Ed. Hold on a second. I was going to say hold your horses, but I should say different animal. 1 second. Here it comes. Okay, there's me. Ah! That's a big head. It's a big head. And we've got Ed shortly. Remove spotlight from me. Tech stuff. I love it. There he is. Ed, over to you. Welcome.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, Ed.
Good. Hello. Wow, that's lots of hellos. Good afternoon from Chester Zoo. I wonder whether anybody's been to Chester Zoo before. If you have, welcome back virtually to Chester Zoo. If you've never been, then welcome virtually to Chester Zoo. So at Chester Zoo, we've got 500 species of animal, just over 500. In fact, I don't know if you might be able to see over my shoulder, there are a couple of animals on a rock over here, a couple of our favourite animals. So we've got a couple of our lions over here, a couple of our female lions. So we've got Kamari and Kaburi, who are sat on the rock behind me. I'll try and turn around and I'll try and get the camera so you can see it. If I switch to the front view of this camera, then we might hopefully get a slightly clearer view of our two lions on here. So we've got 3 lions at the zoo. We've got Iblis, who's our male. I'll see if I can track him down in a second. We've got Kaburi and we've got Kamari, who are the 2 females here. So they're all 15 years old, our lions that we've got, and they are Asiatic lions. So Asiatic lions don't come from Africa like the famous African lions. Instead, they come from India. And actually, I do know where there's a map around here at our lion habitat. I'll just move over so I can try and zoom in on a map of where they live in the wild. So they live all the way out in India, and they live in a forest, which we call the Gir forest in India. So it's a very, very small area that you can see there for the size of India. And so they live just in that forest. Once upon a time, they stretched all the way over to Greece. That was how big the range was of these lions. But nowadays, they're just in this one forest. Some of them live in a protected area of that forest. Some of them live a bit outside the protected area, which can cause a few problems where they're living farms and places that people are looking after their animals. So they live in the Gir forest. Now, the Gir forest is a forest which is very lush in the winter. So it's very, very, there's lots of green, lots of plants around in the winter, but then in the summer, it can be very dry, very arid, that habitat. And we try to show you this at Chester Zoo. Now, I think there's a few things which are important for us to consider when we make a habitat at the zoo. So as experts at Chester Zoo in how to create habitats, we need to think about wild animals. So we need to think about what do they eat? What kind of food would we be providing in their habitat? How are we going to give them that food? How can we make that food nice and challenging for them to get to? We have to think about what kind of temperature it is where they live. We have to kind of think about what sort of plants we would find in that area where they're living and try and put those kind of plants into the habitat. And also, of course, how much space we should be giving them as well. So the way that we've made this habitat, I'm going to switch to the front view again so that you can go on a tour of the habitat with me, hopefully. There we go. So we're going to go on a bit of a tour of the habitat. I'll walk you through and I'll show you the way that we've made it. Now, in terms of this bit here, we've got some glass, and we use the glass as a nice way that the visitors can see the lions, but also be nice and safe. The glass is about 4 centimeters thick, I think. So it's a very, very thick bit of glass, but it means that the lions are securely behind and you get a nice view. You can see we've got all these plants that we've chosen to have here in the habitat. There's lots of space for these lions to go off and explore, lots of chance for them to go off and find food amongst those plants. This is a little cave that we've got here, so they have got the option to go inside that cave if they want to. And then I'll come back to where we've got the girls again. So we've got the females, Kaburi and Kamari, sat here on the rock. Now, this rock is a heated rock. So it's got heat generated inside the rock. And that means that these lions are nice and warm. So they choose to sit on there, even though it's a raining day here at Chester Zoo today. They are on that rock and they're nice and comfortable on the rock. They're relaxing. Lions can sleep for a huge amount of time during the day. It's their favorite thing to do. So they can sleep for 20 hours a day as lions. 20 hours. I'd love to sleep for 20 hours during the day, but sadly, I don't get the chance to do that. But they naturally would sleep for up to 20 hours a day. So that heated rock helps them to do that. Walking here a little bit through the habitat, then again, we've got a nice view of the lions from this window. There we go. So we can see one of the girls looking straight into the camera, which is very kind of them to do that. We've also made this area look a little bit like if you were out in that area of India. So some of the kind of structures that you might see on a farm, maybe, or around that area where these lions are living. If I take you up this hill, we've developed this very nice hill here. Which means that our visitors can see down onto the lions from above, so they can see the whole habitat. So we've got the girls who are sat on that rock over there. So we saw them a moment ago, but we've got also all this area here. So all that area in the background as well, that our lions can sleep or can go looking for food. So all this area here is for our lions. Iblis the male is out there somewhere, but I can't spot him at the moment. He's hiding somewhere amongst the long grass. And then I'm just going to take you back down again because, oh, hang on, I can spot Iblis. This is exciting. I'm hurrying to catch up with him, so sorry if the camera's gone shaky. You might be able to see him now. There he is, very impressively walking across the video at the moment. So that's Iblis, who's our male Asiatic lion that you can see walking along there. And then something else that I wanted to show you as well while we're here is about what lions eat. Now, maybe have a little think in your heads for me, what a lion would eat, what kind of food. And there's a special word for animals that eat the kind of food that lions do. So we call them a carnivore, which means that they eat meat. And I've got a helper here. This is Phil, who volunteers at Chester Zoo. And Phil is holding a skull from a lion. Now, this is a model skull. Just to emphasize, it's not one that's died. It's a model that we've got here, but it's very realistic, this one that we've got here. Now, when we look at the teeth of the lion, they've got these big canines at the front, and the canines are the ones that they catch their food with, those teeth at the front. But then you have the back teeth. Now, these back teeth are carnassial teeth, razor sharp teeth that we've got there. And that gives us a little bit of an idea of how they slice through their food. And then the final thing I just wanted to really quickly show you before we run out of time is the indoor area that we've got here. So we have given a little indoor area so that they can go inside and be nice and warm on a rainy, cold day. Wonderful. So that's bringing me towards the end of what I wanted to show you. So it's back over to the studio, I assume.
Amazing.
Thanks, Ed.
Thanks, Ed.
Hey, what did you think year 4?
Really good.
Really cool. So I'm going to give everyone a bit of time to think of some questions maybe they'd like to ask Ed. We've definitely got loads here and we can feed them into the chat box. Off you go.
Great. There's some loads of questions here we can start with, Jess. Shall we kick off with some? Right.
Let's go for it.
Let's do it. Oh, there's a good one here, Ed. How long do lions live?
So they live for around about 20 years, maybe, in zoos. So most of the big cats, it's somewhere around the 20-year mark that we're looking at. So in the wild, animals don't live quite so long in the wild because obviously there are more threats to them in the wild. So there's diseases, there's other animals that affect animals in the wild. But yeah, around about 20 years is what we'd be looking at normally for a lion.
Amazing. And what's the hardest thing about your job? Someone asked.
Oh, that's an interesting one. So when it comes to our jobs in the zoo, obviously we have very happy times when it comes to animals in the zoo. So we do have the animals' births that take place. We have times when a new animal will arrive from another zoo, which is exciting. But then also, obviously, you have sad times when you look after animals as well. And these are animals that you become very attached to, animals that just become old and might eventually pass away. And that, of course, is something which is sad when it happens, but we make sure that they, of course, have the best life possible. Also, if there's anything that we can do to help those animals, maybe we can research about the illnesses that animals get, like we've been doing with elephants, trying to research how to look after elephants and make sure they stay as healthy as possible, then actually that is a real positive and we can really help those animals in the zoo.
Amazing. I think Jess has a question.
Yeah, we've got Lotta here from year 4. She wants to ask a question.
Are the lions the most dangerous thing in a zoo?
Oh, that's a good question. There are lots of things that we could view as being dangerous. So you've got things as well as the lions. You've got the reticulated python, which is the world's longest species of snake. We've got Komodo dragons, which are the world's largest lizard. We've got various things like crocodiles in the zoo. So we do have a lot of these carnivores that are here, which you have to be careful with. But also we have animals which are just very big as well, like the elephants and the rhinos in the zoo. And we're very safe with the way that we work in the zoo. So, for example, the zookeepers won't go in with the animals that we've got here. So the animals which are dangerous, we always work from the other side of the fence. So we're able to train animals to go indoors while we're cleaning up the outdoors. To get those animals to go outdoors while we clean up the indoors. Obviously, we need to get to the poo because we need to pick up the poo of these animals. With elephants, for example, there's 100 kilograms of poo that they would do a day as an elephant. I should have said that as the hardest thing of working at the zoo, picking up that poo. But yeah, so we're always very, very safe with how we work with those animals. We don't go in with the dangerous animals at all.
Fantastic. I think time for a couple more and then we'll have to move on. But there are a lot of questions. I'm super happy to see that. A lot of questions on the amount of time they sleep. Why do they sleep so long?
It's just a part of their daily routine, really. Animals have an amount of time which they are naturally would sleep. So as humans, we have our 8 hours a day that's recommended for us. Lions also wouldn't necessarily eat every day. So they go hunting and there'd be days where they don't eat. And obviously they might do a bit more sleeping on those days where they're nice and full in that case. So there are some days where they maybe sleep a little bit more, some days where they sleep a little bit less. So we give them that chance here at the zoo with that heated rock. So they're just very good at sleeping, really, is what it comes down to.
Amazing. And final one, I'm sorry we can't get to all of your questions, but the final one here, and a lot of you have asked about the cubs, and if you've had cubs in the zoo and how many a lioness will typically have.
Oh, right. We've not had any lion cubs for quite a while here at the zoo. So our lions are a little bit older now, being about 15 years old. So we haven't got any lion cubs as such. We have had tiger cubs a few years ago at the zoo, but even the oldest one of those, Kasana, she is still here, actually. She's grown up now, so I think she's 7 years old. And so her mum was the one who moved to a different zoo at that point, and she stayed here as our adult female tiger that we've got here. But we have now, just excitingly, with our tigers, brought in a lovely male tiger called Dash, and Dash has arrived at the zoo. So hopefully tiger cubs might be something on the horizon one day in the future. So that will be really, really exciting.
Amazing, Ed. Well, thank you so much. Is it okay if we send some of these questions to you, Ed, and you get us some answers for later, and we can share it with all the classes?
We can do, yes. Would you, as in, send them to me sort of via email,
Yeah.
or so
Yes.
I can get the answers, and we'll make sure we send them. So it'll be within the next couple of days, probably we'll get to answer, because there's a lot of questions there, I can see.
Yeah, I love it. Well, that just goes to show what an awesome job you did. Thank you so much, Ed. Thank you for taking care of those beautiful animals, and hope to see you in Chester Zoo soon. I think
Fantastic. You're very welcome. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Ed.
Thanks, Ed. That was really exciting. We've got an announcement from Grasmere.
We have all got time for a movement break, so everybody stand up and we can do 10 star jumps.
Let's go. 3, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay. And sit down. Thank you, everybody.
I love that, Jess. That was super cool. Thank you so much. Now, wow, how cool was Ed and the lions, everyone? Amazing. A lot of amazing questions too. Thanks for being so engaged. I love that. Now, we at the Lego Group really care about hearing your ideas, because for decades, for 90 years, children around the world have been creating ideas, solutions, creations with their imaginations. And we created a program called Build the Change a number of years ago, 15 years ago. But the last few years, we've been ramping it up and working with cool partners like The Day to get it out there to more of you. So Build the Change is all about you, the ones with all the ideas, because let's be honest, children have awesome ideas, way better than adults, way more creative, way more imaginative, and we want to hear them. So Build the Change is a way you can do that. But before I talk about it more, why don't we watch a little video featuring Leo, he's not a lion, Leo and Linda are two Build the Change superheroes. Here we go, let's see where that is. I can't hear any sound if anyone else can. We'll just get this running. As you can see, that's Leo and Linda. Leo's peeking around, jumping up in the air. Let's see if we can get the sound going. And that's Linda in the front with her microscope on her t-shirt. Now that's...
Linda, they found us! What took you so... They should. This is so cool. Now put that there. This one? Yes. And put it on top of the yellow brick. Like this? Don't you think? Linda, they found us! What took you so long? But I thought this was our secret place, Linda.
It is, together with them. You see, Leo, you and I can't build a change ourselves. We need their help.
Oh, that's right. We need your help. Build the Change is all about developing and sharing ideas between each other and to the whole world. You know, problem-solving actual real-world challenges.
You mean, like getting up in time for school?
No. Think a lot bigger.
A whale?
No, but it actually could be.
You mean like the planet? Like the Earth? The environment? Where we live?
Exactly. Your imagination can actually be used to make the world a better place. Your builds can help make where we live greener. They can help save animals and even make people's lives better and more fun. How cool is that?
And you know what? Our ideas need to be heard, don't they?
Your Build the Change ideas are going to be heard.
You see, when all of our great ideas from around the world come together, the grown-ups, the leaders, the ones making actual decisions, will have to listen. They will see and hear all your great ideas and use them to make a positive change.
Yes, yes, yes! Because your ideas are awesome, you are a great change maker!
Before we dig into today's subject, we want to know one thing. Are
You
ready
to build a change! Let's go!
There we go. Who wants to live in that treehouse? Me. I want to. That is super cool. Leo and Linda rock. Love them. So as you can see, imagination is a big part of what we're doing with Build the Change, and it's a big part of what we're doing with the day. So I just want to reiterate, your ideas really can make a difference. What do I say? What we want to do is take your ideas and make sure more grown-ups around the world see them, and really make sure grown-ups value children's ideas and children's input into decisions that make an impact on their future. So do you think grown-ups listen enough to you? I can just about hear you.
Not listen enough?
Yeah.
Yeah?
No. There's a mix.
Someone says definitely not.
I'll take that one. But you guys rock. Jess, over to you in Studio 2.
So we are now going to have a look at an article. I've got my friend here to help me read it out. This article is going to help us understand a little bit more about the topic. This is Abdullahi. Abdullahi, say hello to everyone.
Hello.
I think there's about 6,000 people watching you right now.
No, it's 160 actually.
Okay, so I'll start you off. Can you hear us?
Yes, we can.
Okay, amazing. So the news: bus stops become garden hotspots for nature.
Who would have thought a bus stop would be somewhere where you would like to spend your morning? Well, wait. Around UK cities and across Europe, humble bus shelter roofs are being turned into vibrant miniature gardens for bees and butterflies to hang out.
Shall I keep going and then we switch? The first bee stop appeared in Utrecht. The city has 300 of them. Now there are plans to build over 1,000 of these nature shelters during the next year across the UK and even in other parts of the world.
We want to do it in as many cities in the UK as possible. This is Louise Stubbings, creative director at Clear Channel UK. We wanted to do them everywhere. The positive effects are incredible, added Stubbings.
Utrecht has created a no roof unused policy in which every roof will now be greened with plants. As a result, bee populations have stabilized. Oh, I can't see the last line. They've stabilized. Okay, so we're now going to do throughout the Netherlands. Thanks, you can sit down. We've got time for another poll now. So bus stop poll number 4. The question is, are we selfish with space? 2 options. Definitely, we only think about ourselves when building more houses, but the world is for everyone, including wildlife. No.
Sorry, Jess.
Ooh.
Sorry, Jess. Yeah, we've got the wrong question up. So just if everyone goes on the poll, you can see it. I think the poll's come up.
Okay, sorry, my bad. Do you think buzzing bus stops are a good idea? Either yes or no. Vote now.
Okay, so the voting is on. There we go. Over to you, Jess.
So only 2 classes are saying no, but the majority, 93% of you are saying yes, which is great news. Right. David, over to you in Studio 1.
Love it. It's caught on. Well, I love that news story. Bees are a big part of a lot of our lives, and they need to be an even bigger part because they are in trouble. Pollinators are in trouble. And when pollinators are in trouble, what happens? We start losing other things like flower meadows, the things that eat bees, birds, everything will be impacted. So we need to take care of our bees and other invertebrate friends. And I think we've got another debate question for you now. So you had a sneak peek of it a minute ago. That's what we like to do, just give you a little bit of a sneak peek on things. The question is, are we selfish with space? Definitely yes. We only think about ourselves when building more houses, but the world is everyone, including wildlife. Or no, countries are doing great things to make sure we can live safely alongside wildlife. So answer what your class thinks, put it in the poll, and let's see what all of those classes around the UK think. Let's see. Okay. Let's see what you think. And the answers are coming in. Here we go. So definitely. And it is a yes. 75% of you think we are selfish with space. I agree. We need to do more to help that wildlife alongside us. So, Jess, over to you.
Thanks, David. So we are about to, we might not have time for another movement break, but I think we'll just carry on, and we're going to move on to the Build the Change challenge. This is the first challenge out of 4, and it's going to be entered into a competition.
Amazing. Yeah, so we want you to create your ideas. After this session, you'll go away and create in your own time, whether you draw, you get creative materials, glue them together, Lego bricks, you know, whatever you have handy, you must get involved. And the challenge is coming now. You'll soon see what that challenge is, and Jess will talk you through it. There it is.
This challenge is design a rooftop space above your classroom for nature to flourish. So step 1 in your class is you're going to come up with a design using the buzzing bus stops for inspiration. And we're thinking about diversity here. And step 2 is create your design. So we can either use coloring pencils and paper to draw, or use craft materials, or even Lego bricks. So we've got some examples now to show everyone, haven't we, David?
We do indeed. So, of course, in the Lego group, we have a lot of ideas coming from children all over the world, and we've chosen a couple to show you here for inspiration. It's not on the topic we're looking at, but I just want to show you how cool and crazy and wacky ideas can be. So if we can pull those up, that would be great, Claire, if you can show the slide with those on it. Here we go. It's coming now. Look at these. Now, I want to just start from the left because we'll end on my favorite. There's one on the left that takes seawater in through a hose and cools it, makes ice sheets, helping polar bears. Now that is a really, really cool idea. We've got an electric shoe here that kind of charges as you move. We've got a phone booth time machine to take us back in time to restore our wrongdoings. Wow, that's pretty cool. Maybe Doctor Who can help. We've made an okay, excuse the language here, but we've got an anti-cow farting machine, okay? It drives around and sucks in farts and converts them to clean air. How amazing is that? God. So none of these are on the habitat theme necessarily, but it just shows you can think crazy, wild ideas. And Jess, over to you.
I really like the anti-cow farting machine.
It's pretty good.
So we are going to talk through a couple of, oh no, we've done that. So David, being a Lego expert, have you got any advice, any tips and tricks for people wanting to build their design from Lego?
For sure. No, I've already mentioned it, but think wild and crazy. Don't let your imagination have boundaries. Don't let reality kick in. Imagine if anything were possible. Think wild and crazy. It doesn't have to look exactly right either. It can just be the basics of what you want to portray. You don't have to make it perfect. And think about the story behind what you build. Half of it is what you build. The other half is how you tell your story. So think carefully about that. And I really recommend building with friends. Ask each other questions, get different perspectives on things, because that's when magic really happens, when you see the world through other people's eyes. Now, does that sound good?
That does. Who's excited to build their design? Okay, so teachers, this is for the teachers in the Zoom. Your classes or even you can do this challenge straight after the lesson, or it can be set as homework. We might get on with ours now. What do you think?
Yeah.
Sounds good. Sounds good. So I just want to point out a few things here. So we will have, this is the first challenge of 4 in October, so do look out for the other 3. The deadline on sending your submissions in is December 15th, so make sure you get creative fairly soon. Now, the prizes, everyone wants to know about prizes. We do have a couple giant Lego tree houses. We want to give £2,000 to the winning schools for a sustainability project on their ground, and then an opportunity. Yeah, £2,000. It's not my money, but I'd probably bring together 2,000 for you if I had to. And we're going to get a group of sustainability designers to look at your creations. You have to be 8 to 13 to get involved, and it has to be a teacher or grown-up that uploads your work to the Lego gallery. Okay, to upload, all you need to do is make a Lego account, and then there's a really safe mechanism to get it onto our gallery. Now, I think it's been an incredible hour with you. It's been wonderful hearing and seeing all your chats. We've got some gallery images there that you can just see. It's been an absolute pleasure to meet you all, and thank you so much for being so interactive in the chat and getting involved in the polls. All of you were wonderful, and I think we need to say a massive thank you to Jess and the Jimmy Cliff class as well for being absolute rock stars. Let's give a massive virtual clap to you guys. Thank you, Jess and team.
What can we say to David, everyone?
Thank you very much. Well done. Well done, folks. And thank you to Ed, of course, who joined us very kindly earlier from Chester Zoo and answered all your questions. Now, I need to highlight that you can actually experience Build the Change every Tuesday with the Lego Group in the Day by visiting theday.co.uk/build-the-change. I sound like a robot, where you can also find more about our competition, find out more there. So it's been an absolute pleasure. I'm going to get back up the mountain in Gibraltar and start catching some, I think we're going for owls tonight. We're trying to catch some owls and ringing them. It's wonderful to see you all. Take care of yourselves. And from the Lego Group in the Day and Chester Zoo, thank you so much. Hi, Rachel. Good to see you.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, David. Thanks, Jess.
Thanks, folks. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. This is where we have